and there's plenty of people you could loan to. So if I scroll down here, and again, I'm reviewing some of the stats. So let me show you some stats of someone that's, or probably a place or a field partner that is not as good. So let me try to find one of those, maybe El Salvador. So you'll notice here, the other field partner was all zero. Now these stats are fine. They've been on the Kiva for 52 months. They've loaned over for nearly $5 million. But their per capita is 32%, meaning whatever they're loaning these people, it's actually 32% of their income. But even those you could kind of ignore. Here, the delinquency rate, meaning the rate at which they repay the loan, it's late 3.5% of the time. They have 8% of the loan at risk, and what they have a 1.68% default rate. Now that's not too bad, the 1.8%, but lots of times I want it to be down to less than 1%. Some of these places are actually as high as 8%, and so let me pick a country that I sort of am familiar with that is kind of bad in that respect. So let me click OK done here, and I'll show you. So I think Sierra Leone, yeah, you see here the default rate is 5% and the delinquency rate is 10%. So you have to watch out for these. I'm not saying you shouldn't loan to these, but just be more aware of what your expectations are when you do loan. So let me go to the stuff that I've loaned and how practically it works. So it's true that you loan $25 at a time, but you also have to. One thing that I really liked about this is I actually loan every month, not because I'm putting in new money every month, but because after a certain period, like after I've been putting in $25 every month for 2 years. Which is actually equivalent to $600, which you might think that's a lot, or maybe that isn't so much, but what ends up happening is people pay back early, and they pay back at different times. So if I go to, for example, you'll see for me, I'm actually loaning out $1,600, and this is because I've been on the site for 4 years, and I put in probably $25, $50 a month, and it just accumulates over 4 years. And believe it or not, I've loaned out $12,000 over that time. Not because I loaned out $12,000 at any one time. I haven't, and definitely don't have that type of money to do so. But it's because you're recycling the money. So. It's hard to fathom that you actually loan this much at $25 at a time, but when you think about it, some of the loans are 8 months, but people pay back like 6 months early, or not 6 months early, but they might pay back within 6 months or 4 months, and you're just reloaning that information. So there's a lot of charts on this, so I'm going to show you some of those charts. Now, if I go to those charts, the repayments, you'll notice, yeah, it's true, I have $1,600 outstanding, but I've been doing this for 4 years, so what's being repaid back to me on a monthly basis, this month it's, or next month it's going to be $350, so I'm just going to reloan those. So that's what, like that's 14 loans that I'm going to reloan. So when I reloan that money, it's going to go back to these sections here because they're going to be 8-month loans, 14-month loans. So you'll notice, 2 months later, I'm going to get a repayment of this, $325, and then 3 months later, $314, which is for 12 loans that I'm going to reloan. So the money cycles back. So after a certain time, so every month you're going to be doing loans, but you're not necessarily pouring in more money It's just the money you've been loaning all this time. And you'll notice here the figures, 80 loans are being paid back, and you'll see on this side, this person is fully paying back my $25. This person's at a $10 mark. He's paying back $10. The 4 out of 4 of the installments. This person's paying me around $8 back. That's his first installment. So you'll see these are the numbers here. So that's what's happening. So you're going to be loaning stuff every month. Yep. The point I'm trying to make is you're going to be reloaning stuff every month, but not necessarily pouring in more money every month into the account if you don't want to.